Hello, I'm Lowell Martin and this is MCC Today. We are getting ready for spring break. What are you doing? On today's show, we have Dr. Tommy Winston and Dr. Laura Lewis. It's the Doctor Show. Make sure you watch.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And we are back and we have the great Mr. Tommy Winston, Doctor, is it Doctor? Dr. Winston, right? It is Doctor.
I earned one, but Tommy Winston.
Okay.
Easy.
Now, your official title is what?
I am the program coordinator for the Physical Therapist Assistant Program. I'm also a Phi Theta Kappa advisor as well.
A lot of hats.
A lot of yes and a lot of opportunity, honestly, to pour in to as many groups of students that we can pour into. So I've been blessed to have an opportunity to impact students both on the CTE level and students who are mostly in general ed as well. So PTK gives me an opportunity to interact with students on the general ed side. And of course, as the PTA advisor or the PTA coordinator, I get to interact with our students who are CTE. So,
well, now we were just talking off camera, and now you have been here. Is it 7 years now?
7 years.
Oh my goodness.
7 years.
Okay. When you first started, did you imagine that for you to be where you are at this moment?
You know,
because things have altered a little bit.
Life has shifted tremendously. Honestly, when I showed up, my objective was to hide in the CTE health building and for no one to even know I existed. I literally came here because my passion was teaching the thing I love the most, which is physical therapy, to students. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted them to love it, to be passionate about it, to have the heart for it that I have. And so that's all I envisioned when I said yes to the position. And I will say the Lord has just done an amazing work in transitioning that original idea into something that has grown way beyond my even greatest or wildest imagination.
Now, with the physical therapy assistant program, do you only take in new students in August, or is it August and is it fall and spring, or just the fall?
We only admit during the fall. So we do one class per year.
Okay.
Our application deadline is usually May 1st.
Okay.
Following the application deadline, we'll then do our admissions committee, where we're working to select the 14 students that'll be a part of our program. So we do have a smaller program, which is pre-designated to us by our global organization, which is called CAPTI. So we don't get a chance to choose the number that we'll take. CAPTI
it's based on student versus teacher, student versus instructor, right?
It's actually student versus in-city clinical site ratio. So it's the number of clinical sites that you have available in the area in which your program primarily exists. So it really is limited by that number of area of students. Now, we can use clinicals outside of the area, but we can't count those for CAPTI's purposes. So it really does minimize the amount of students we can actually have in our program because of the number of sites that are actually available in the actual city of Meridian. So
now it is a 2-year program.
It is a 5-semester, 2-year. Yes.
Is there typically do you have a year of prereqs beforehand?
Most of our students do. So the prerequisite courses that come with our program, we use those to add points to our admissions committee. That helps to select a greater quality of student. We hope and pray. It's not an exact science.
Sure.
We hope and pray to get the best students we can get, and we do. We typically get 14 amazing young people every year, and we will, for some odd reason, we try hard to hold on to everyone, but
Sure.
we have some slight attrition of 1 to 2 students in each class. But
Well, sometimes life happens.
And that's honestly-
and that's the thing. It's like they might not, just something has occurred.
It does.
And, beyond their control.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, that it is.
Absolutely.
And now, if you're a student, if you're a person and you're sitting watching the television, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do with my life? How would you know that maybe going into physical therapy might be something for you?
Great question. If you like waking up every day and having your life make an impact, if you like waking up every day knowing your life has the ability to change the life of another human being, you love interacting with people, knowing more about them than just the general overall statement. You want to know more about their family. You want to know more about their lives. You want to impact them on a greater level. You want to see them return to a better state of health than what they came in with. And you want to use your physical gifts and your intellectual abilities to make that happen. PTA might be for you.
Now, is the job market good for PTA?
Job market is good. It is a saturated job market. We do have 8 other programs now, so there were only 5 of us. So there's 7 total programs, so 6 other programs in the state. So there's a bit of a saturation, but the market is available if you decide to leave the state or if you decide to go into areas less populated.
Well, that's what I was going to ask next. So when you finish this 2-year program, you get an AAS degree?
You do. Mm-hmm.
And do they have some type of boards or anything like nursing where if you take these, you can go anywhere in the United States?
Absolutely. So we have what's called the NPTE exam, the National Physical Therapy Assistant Exam for PTA. The required score to pass the exam would be 600. The highest score you can score is actually an 800.
Okay.
We actually had a student who graduated in 2000 that actually maxed out the score on the exam.
Oh, wow.
Kara Horseman, she scored 800 out of 800 on a scale score. So quite amazing. We were blown away by it ourselves. But once you complete the MPTA exam, you have an opportunity then to become licensed in any state because the exam is a governance exam for every state. So it does give us the opportunity to share our skills and talents outside of the state of Mississippi.
Can you also continue your education and get a 4-year degree?
Absolutely. For some of our students who decide that they want to continue on and they want to do the bachelor's degree, there are a number of schools, and we're excited to see 4-year institutions acknowledging and recognizing the hard work of our CTE programs and now giving more credibility to the courses that they've had. Mm-hmm. So now most 4-year schools will take 60 to 70 of the credit hours from our programs, where you now only have to do maybe another 1.5 to another 2-year program credit hours, and you can have your associate, or you can have your bachelor's of science, bachelor's of applied science degree that corresponds with your AAS.
Does that open up a lot more job opportunities that you would not normally have with just a 2-year degree, if you don't mind me asking?
Good question. Sometimes it opens positions for management. So if you decide that you want to maybe shift into more of a managerial aspect, some of those students will take coursework in economics or in business or in other aspects that will allow them to transition into management. Therapeutically, the only other option would be to continue on and do what we call either a bridge PT program, where you decide you're going to become a doctor of physical therapy from a PTA, and you bridge where you do a 2.5-year program with some universities. There are about 3 or 4 in the nation. And it's really a weekend-based program. They encourage you to continue to work full-time as a PTA to still do the same skill sets that you've already done. Or some of our students have decided that they are just ready to jump in full-time and go back and do PT school and do the doctorate of physical therapy, and they apply with their bachelor's degree to a doctor of physical therapy program like UMC or William Carey, which
Well,
they offer.
if a student happens to be interested in your program, who should they see?
Well, great question. There are 3 people that I certainly would encourage you to see. You're welcome to come and see me. I'm Tommy Winston again. We're in Reed Hall in room number 100. You're welcome to see Jonna Agent. She is our academic clinical coordinator, and she's also an instructor in the program along with me. Or you can see Laquita Chambers, who serves as our health ed advisor, and she can also answer questions as well. So we have a number of different people, but we would prefer you come and talk to us. We love students. Whether you're interested in my program or not, I tell students, come by and let us invest in you and hopefully help you find the thing that you're destined to do. So,
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for being with us today.
thank you, sir. I enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much for this opportunity. And we look forward to maybe seeing some people drop by the
Hopefully.
PTA classroom, and maybe we will get some good recruit students out of this, and we look forward to it.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC.
And we are here with the wonderful Dr. Laura Lewis. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well.
We had so much to talk about. We brought you on another time.
Yes, I'm so excited. I love being here.
Oh my gosh, what a week. We're wrapping everything up, getting ready for spring break.
Right.
Do you have big spring break plans?
I am going to be doing some things around the house.
Okay, these are good plans.
No traveling, just, fixing a few things, staining, painting, that sort of thing.
Well, our spring break typically goes right at the halfway mark of the semester. So
Yeah.
in the Success Center, we have been helping a lot of people get ready for midterms.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's midterm time. Yep.
Oh my goodness. And I love what I do. I love what I do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're like, really?
I know, it's a lot.
but it's okay. You got some stuff coming up.
Yeah, so after spring break,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to have our annual, we're calling it our Health Fair and Wellness Walk,
Okay.
and it's going to be on March 23rd from 2 to 3 o'clock. And we have some things that are going to be happening during that time. From 2 to about 2:30, we have Mr. Claude coming from Active Health from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
He is actually our employee wellness coach, and he can talk to employees about different things that they can do with Active Health. And wellness coaching, it could be anything from understanding how to manage type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and those types of things. And then we also have Maura that will be coming for organ donation registration. We'll have our PTA students doing blood pressure. We'll also have Dr. Henderson's group doing some BMI assessments as well as percent body fat assessments. So we have a few things happening during that time frame. And then we'll start our wellness walk around 2:30. Usually it'll take about 30 minutes to get around the school, but it's going to be on the Green Mile that day.
Okay.
So-
Which is a mile.
Which is a mile.
But you just follow that.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll start at
excellent.
the fitness center.
Okay, excellent. Now we are, and I know when we talk about this, it just seems like that we've just become focused on health, but that's not the case. Here at MCC, we have been focused on health for quite a while.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I mean, I think the administration does an excellent job of trying to promote,
We do.
because healthy workers are happy workers.
That's right. We do have a wellness program.
We do have a wellness program.
For our employees, which gives them 3 hours per week of exercise, and I think that's wonderful. Not a lot of businesses or organizations have that for their employees.
I mean, you
We're a step
literally
ahead.
can count that 3 hours out of your time.
That's right.
Out of your
And
work time.
you can join a class. You can do it on your own time. As far as taking time away from the office, walking outside, or going to the swimming pool. Those are some things that people can start incorporating during their week, and I think that's a wonderful thing. We also have an online component of health and wellness where we incorporate the active health and the wellness coaching. We also plug in information that comes from other parts of our community, things that they offer, especially like Anderson's hospitals. They offer a lot of other things that they like to do for wellness and health. So we're excited that they can do that for us as well.
Well, and I think the stuff that we learn, we can also take to our students,
That's
I
right.
believe, because so often in the past, I don't know, the whole notion of wellness, I think in the last few years it's really changed.
It has.
And I think we have more of a focus on mental health, which has been needed for a long time.
Right.
But now we are able to say, okay, look, it's not just getting out there and taking a spin class. It's, hey, how are you feeling?
That's right.
You know-
Overall well-being, mental health and physical health. There's so many dimensions of health in general, spiritual health, emotional health, even occupational health, so there's so many other components to health in general. So we want to try to really plug into physical health because we know that does help with our self-concept, self-efficacy, forming discipline and things of that nature. So that's why we like to push that physical health component and that fitness component because it does help with those other components.
Well, and the notion, just ideas of what you're eating, how much you're sleeping.
Absolutely.
All of these can affect how well you do in school.
That's right.
And you would be surprised. I don't know, and I guess I'm used to the notion of fake it till you make it, or all of these things that they
Yeah.
tell you, just get up there and just go and
Yeah.
do it. And sometimes now at my age, I'm like, no.
I like to tell my
No.
students to prioritize, and that way they don't become so overwhelmed. But, I try to tell my students it is important that you do focus on your physical health and keep that a priority as well. Get involved with some sort of activity on campus, join the fitness center, start going to the cardio equipment. We've got a pool, you can do lap swim, you can join a water aerobics class. We have yoga, we have spin, we have kickboxing, we have Pilates. We have so many things to
Right.
offer
Right.
everyone, and there's something for everyone. I
And
believe
they should
that.
incorporate it into their day, incorporate it into their week.
Yeah.
They know they're going to various classes for their degree.
That's right.
Why not have something in there for your physical and mental health?
Well, and I tell my students all the time, and I teach health,
Right.
so in health concepts. So one class talks more about the components of fitness, as well as nutrition, and the other one talks a lot about more things like sleeping and violence and things like that. But I like to tell folks, listen, take our health classes, because that's going to be lifelong. That's going to help you think about, what am I going to do in my 40s and 50s when I haven't been exercising? What you've learned now is going to help you down the road.
Well, and you and I have discussed this before, because I also, the class I teach, college study skills, I incorporate a lot of that into my college study skills class.
Yeah.
How to deal with
Right.
stress, make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, and I deal with it a lot in the Student Success Center when we have students coming in and they're at their breaking point.
That's right.
And one of the first things I say is, when was the last time you had a good night's sleep?
Yes.
Because I tell, one of the things I say, it's in every one of my classes, it's like, never, ever, ever make a life-altering decision when you're exhausted.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Never. Do not break up with anybody.
That's right.
Do not quit a job.
I tell people, don't even drive.
Don't even
Don't drive
if
your
you're
car.
exhausted. But especially with education, or when students are studying, the first thing to go is sleep.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is not how it should be.
Well, I look at my students on a Monday and I say, well, I can tell you are dealing with sleep debt because you are not awake and you're not focused, and you're definitely not going to remember the stuff we talked about
Right,
today.
right.
So, when they're out and getting very limited amount of sleep on Friday and Saturday, it's gonna really have an impact negatively.
And let's face it, there's no real way to catch up on your sleep.
Not really.
Because within a 24-hour period, you need a certain amount of sleep.
Yeah,
And
you can tack on an hour every
Sure.
night, but it's really going to be hard, especially if you're in a lot of debt when it comes to sleep debt. Yeah.
Okay, so people need to go to the fitness center.
Yeah.
They need to take some of these
take our classes.
But also tell us again about the walk one more time.
March 23rd at 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We'll start the walk at 2:30, and we'll have a lot of different assessments that they can, partake in.
So if you
Okay.
see
Students
a large
and
group of
employees.
people walking around
Yeah.
MCC,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Thank you so
Definitely.
much. You know how much
Thank
I
you
love
for
I'm
having
so
me.
glad
Love
that,
you too.
that
Thank
we
you.
work together.
Definitely.
Really appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC. Find your wings.
We are here today with a couple of students who I know want to be here and are thrilled to be here, but you are in our dental hygiene program, and we have Miss Brinnon and Miss Sade. We're not doing last names, but welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Now, y'all are in the second semester of the dental hygiene program. And first off, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know, a lot of effort.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of effort went into it, but it will be worth it.
Yes.
You know, and come May, graduation, and then, you know, then you'll start seeing how much it's worth it. But what prompted you, or what made you want to go into dental hygiene? Sade?
Well, this has been something that I've wanted to do since elementary school.
Okay.
So I just really like teeth and like making people smile and, you know, just health in general. And, you know, people think that eyes is the window to the soul, but I feel like it's your teeth.
You can tell a lot about a person's health based on
Right.
their teeth. I agree with you completely. What about you, Brinnon?
For me, kind of the same as Sade. It's something I've wanted to do since I was in elementary school. But for me, I feel like a life, sometimes it's hard and it takes away our smiles and our joy. And to be able to give somebody that joy and that confidence to smile again is really great. It's rewarding.
Now, so did you come to school directly out of high school, or was there a period of time waiting? Did you come to college directly out of high school?
Yes.
You did,
Yes.
both of you? Okay. And so how many prerequisites do you have to take to be able to get into the dental hygiene program? I'm not asking exactly, but, you know, like what kind of classes do you have to take before you can even, you know, attempt to get into the dental hygiene program?
The main ones are science-based, so microbiology, chemistry 1, A&P 1 and 2 are the main ones
Okay, so
that
you
you
have
need.
to have a pretty good basis in science.
Yes.
Okay, and so you want to have those. Now, while you're in the program, do you have to take other college classes, or is it just dental hygiene? And the reason I say that is sometimes you have some programs that will have different semesters. You will have, like, you have to take a Comp 1 or a college algebra or whatever. Do y'all have to do that with dental hygiene, or you're finished with your other college classes once you get into the program?
They kind of want you to have your prereqs done first so
Okay.
you can focus mainly with the program because it's very time consuming. So
I've seen someone at this table studying. I won't say who, but someone at this table is a tutor in the Student Success Center, and a great tutor, and that's Miss Brinnon. And I've watched her study, and I'm like, oh, okay. But a lot of work, but you're doing well, but a lot of work goes into that. Now, they only accept students in the fall?
Yes, in
one time
August.
per year. And I think you said earlier they accept 15 students?
14.
14, pardon me.
Yes.
Okay, 14 students. So 14 get in and hopefully will remain
Yes.
for the duration but it is a 2-year program.
Yes.
Okay. And now once you finish this program and you've taken your final exams, do you have any kind of boards or anything that you need to take?
Yes, we have technically 2, but I mean, you could say 3. So we have our national boards, which is like our big computerized board, and then we have a clinical board, which is actually on like a simulated patient or a real patient. And then we have the other part of that is our ADEX, and it's a computerized portion, but it's a little bit shorter.
Okay. Now, these boards, will they allow you to be a dental hygienist in other states?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So it's once you take these boards, you know, you're opening up a lot of opportunity for yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Do both of you hope to practice in this area, or do you want to go elsewhere?
Well, I thought about doing traveling, so hopefully I could just go around.
I know they had traveling dental hygienists.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
It's becoming a really big field, so
Okay.
It's newer, but it's
Yeah,
growing.
it's growing.
It's really growing. So.
So what do you have to do to become a traveling dental hygienist?
You'll basically do the same things, but like with the boards and jurisprudence and stuff like that, that's probably the main difference because different states, you know, have different rules. So you'll probably have to take another jurisprudence in a different state, but just mainly it's about the same. Just probably the test. You may have to take 1 or 2 tests.
Okay.
For that specific state.
And at this point, you're really good at taking tests,
Oh
right?
yeah, we should be experts by now.
be.
Like, I know how to
Yeah.
do this. I remember toward the end, because I'm an English major, and toward the end of the my last year in college, it was like, just give me a topic. I'll write any paper you want to know about it. I'm good at this. I can do it, no problem. Eyes closed. I don't even have to read it.
Yes.
I can write about it. But can you go further in your education beyond just a 2-year?
Yes, you can
Yes.
you can obtain a bachelor's degree, and it doesn't have to specifically be in dental hygiene. It can be in kind of any science, health-related profession. It can be like public health or biology, whichever route you want to take.
Do you think that either of you might go on and pursue?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay,
for sure.
excellent. Now, one thing that people like to know is money, 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 money. Are the salaries decent for dental hygienists? Will you be able to make a living?
Yes.
Okay, so you can
Yes.
do well
Yes.
as a dental hygienist.
And not only the salary, but the work schedule is pretty great, because most dentists, you're going to work between 4 to 5 days a week.
Okay.
And, guaranteed weekends. And
So-
if you only want to work mornings, you'll have mornings. So it's really great.
Okay, so once you get in, you have the opportunity to kind of make your own schedules as much as the dentist will allow, or work with other dental hygienists, and so you have your weekends off. You'll have and still be able to pay the rent and stuff like that, which is important. You want to make sure that that you can do well with what you're going to make. What about job opportunities? Are the job opportunities out there for dental hygienists?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have like private practice, or you have like public health, like she was talking about, whenever you get your bachelor's. Or even if you want to just do clinician, you can work like in elementary, like with the nurse, and you can do like sealants and stuff like that, fluoride treatments for like the elementary kids. Or you can work in a private office and work, with your recall patients and things like that. And there's things like mobile missions or mission trips, and you can go out to different countries and like help the unfortunate or the less fortunate and stuff like that. So it's a variety that you can do.
Okay, and that's important. Okay, it's very important, because after you want variety in what you plan to do. Okay, now with this program, I know that there's a lot of book, but then you have to use it.
Yes.
Right? So you're not just like, oh, we just looked at people's teeth. No.
Oh, no.
No. Y'all did a number of hours actually doing the stuff. So
Yes.
it's like they don't just say, okay, yeah, just read about this.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of people don't even know that there's a clinic on campus.
Yeah.
Our dental clinic is on campus, and we see live patients Monday through Thursday.
Excellent. Well, listen, I want to thank both of you for being here today, and I possibly have you both on as soon as you graduate. If I can keep your feet down on the ground. But you should be very proud of yourselves. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
Hey y'all, I'm Latoya here with your MCC update. So let's start today with some good news. 7 MCC students won 11 awards during the FBLA state competition held at the Mississippi University for Women in Columbus. Moving on, how about we take the time to congratulate Instructor of the Year, John Reeves, on presenting his lecture, Don't Throw Out the Baby with the Bathwater, on teaching historical truth in the age of wokeness. Last but not least, let's congratulate men's MCC basketball on winning the Region 23 championship against the Jones Bobcats. The Eagles will now take a trip to Hutchinson, Kansas for the national tournament. That's all for your MCC update. Tune in next week.
On behalf of executive producers Tanisha Clark and Matt Milner, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producer Justin Humphrey, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you next week.
The path to your future is only a click away. Find your wings at MCC.